Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ready Bet Action, your almost daily sports betting show. Super excited for today and what we're bringing to you. Stefan, I want to open with you. And I just want to know how excited you are that we are talking about the NFL today.
Oh no, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful time of year. This is the time of year when all of us, even Jaguars fans, can be excited. Now, we actually have reason to be excited this year.
Yes.
I mean, let's
Yes.
go. But no, this is an exciting time of year. Spoiler alert: watching the Chiefs on opening night means we get to make some money. So I'm excited. This
Yes.
is going to be a great week. Football's back, man, and we're starting this show like right around this time on purpose. Like we wanted to get a couple of weeks under us before the big show. I guess that's baseball, but it shouldn't be. It should be football.
I
Football is
agree.
back, and here we go. And so this is what Eric and I live for is betting on football of all varieties, college and NFL, and the NFL back and college football in full swing. Dude, I don't know if you've been tempted at all to sell your CU Nebraska tickets for $1,200, like I'm seeing them on Game Time.
Yeah.
But oh man,
My
that's gonna
my
be an
my
awesome game.
tickets are decent. I don't want to sound douchey, but I got about 12 rows up on the 20-yard line on the good side of the stadium.
You also bought
This is
them a while
tempting.
ago,
I
so yeah,
did.
you did.
I did not pay. I did not pay that much money for all of my season tickets for this year. I can't
But
though. We're playing Nebraska. I can't do it.
you,
They'd go to a Nebraska fan. They have sneaky ways of getting them, even if you screen them. Like they would. I can't do it. I can't have more red in that stadium.
no, and it's just important to be there. It's worth it. Besides, you're up
Yep.
what 7.22 units on your college football betting so far. So, what's $1,200 to you, man? You're up 7K right now.
I'm going to be another unit up after CU covers that from our pick earlier this week.
That's right.
Man, so many people on that. So excited for that. We are going to get into some football. However, speaking of being on a roll, Stafe, you have been on a roll with your soccer picks, have definitely been your strong suit. You're going to kick us off. Uh, and hopefully, we're all chanting Vive la France, I believe is how they say it
Vive la
in
bleu.
the Europes. Yeah, exactly. And so go ahead and give us what you're picking for soccer here tomorrow.
Yeah, so I've got two plays from Group B in the Euro qualifying. So this is for the Euros that will be taking place next summer. And Group B has some fun teams: France, the Netherlands, Greece, and Ireland are the top four right now, not in that order. Greece is currently second, but France is in first place, and they are going to want to kind of make some separation. They barely beat Greece last time out, so their goal differential is not what they would like it to be. So I expect them with a squad that is really, really good. I mean, Mbappe is going to be there, Griezmann's going to be there, the whole squad. So I think they get this done at home. I'm not sure how much they win by, but I think they score over 2.5 goals, and you can get it at plus 120 on DraftKings, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. My second play is from that same group, and Netherlands is hosting Greece. Many of you guys may not know much about Greece. Greece has, in fact, won the Euros before, more recently than the Dutch, actually. And they play a very defensive game. Meanwhile, the Netherlands has been struggling with knowing what to do formation-wise ever since Memphis Depay has been injured. So with Memphis out, Gakpo not getting starting minutes at Liverpool as much anymore, Xavi Simons trying to find a place to actually get an opportunity to play on the Dutch squad because Koeman, their coach, is a friggin' idiot. So this is an anti-Koeman pick. But I'm not going to go on anything as far as the result, although I'm personally betting for a draw at plus 300. The play, though, is Netherlands, Greece, under 2.5 goals. And you can, guys, get that up plus 100. So either one of these hits, you're making money. And this is a nice way to kind of kick off a Thursday. These games start about 3 o'clock Eastern time. So you can get down, watch some of that stuff, and then get ready for the kickoff of the NFL season, which that's what we all want.
That is such great value too. And we just need to have a full disclosure moment on this show. Stave, you are the biggest Dutch football fan that I know. Stave
I have a Dutch
literally has
jersey on my.
he has a Dutch jersey. He has a cat named Memphis after
Yes,
Memphis Depay.
that's
Uh,
right.
if you're going to follow someone on a Dutch football pick, soccer for all of us Americans, it's Stephon Leco. So I will be betting this alongside of you because I trust you. Even though I find you to be very cynical about your own teams, I do think you're on point here.
It's true. And just a quick teaser, I have an absolute, like, I'm not going to say guarantee, but it's like my favorite bet I've seen in a while for a game on Friday. So do tune in tomorrow for that play.
Perfect. All right. The moment we've been waiting since the second weekend of February for. We're here to make some official NFL picks. Super excited for this. I know I told Steve earlier, I had to narrow down like 12 different props that I liked down to the ones that we have. And I feel so good about them. And I'm just so excited to make some of these picks. But Steve, I'm going to have you kick us off with your pick, and then I will finish us up with a few of mine for Thursday night NFL football. Chiefs kicking off against the Lions at home. Sorry, the Chiefs are at home, if that didn't make sense the way I said it.
Well, and we were talking about this beforehand, and I'm sure you're going to kind of talk about some of this when you go into your play. But the Chiefs in opening weekends have just been putting up points. They score a ton. I bet Chiefs -6.5 last week. I know Kelsey's amazing. I don't know if he's worth 2 full points against the spread. So the line dropping to 4.5, it's a must play for me. At -110, the value is just too good. I mean, we are still talking about the Detroit Lions here. We are talking about Jared Goff right now. We're talking about a wide receiver room that is down some important weapons, and you've only got a couple guys there. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you've got Jahmyr Gibbs. New team, we got rookies here with Laporta as well. Give me the Chiefs -4.5, and to me, if this doesn't hit, I don't care what happens. I would bet it again. This just feels like the right play.
The Chiefs have a hard time covering the spread sometimes. They're a bit of a frustrating team on occasion, but because this number's dropped, I really love it too at -4.5. I think people talk about Kelsey, and it's like, man, look what they did without Tyreek Hill. Like, they were better without him. And it's absolutely crazy to say they're better without Travis Kelsey. But the point is they figure it out, and they're going to figure it out against the Lions. And the Lions are just as weapon deprived, if not more, than the Chiefs. They really didn't do themselves many favors. In fact, I'm going to move right into my pick, which is one thing they did do, which I like, is replacing Jamal Williams with David Montgomery. I think that's about a wash as far as talent goes, in my opinion. However, if we're going to compare numbers and what Jamal Williams did last year in that offense, David Montgomery is going to take over that role, especially while Jahmyr Gibbs is warming up to the season. I think eventually Gibbs becomes more of a feature than like DeAndre Swift ever was. I think that's a given, but I think Montgomery is going to step into that Jamal Williams role, who averaged 67 yards a game, had 17 touchdowns last year. And so you're going to see Montgomery against a weak Kansas City defensive line. As of right now, Chris Jones is still holding out. I doubt he plays tomorrow, even if they get something done. So Chris Jones is out. Defensive line's a little banged up. This is the Chiefs' weakness. I like David Montgomery at over 52.5 rushing yards at -125. That being said, Steve already alluded to the Lions having a real lack of weapons. This is a pick for Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 catches that screams, who the hell else are they going to throw to? Like, are you going to throw to Laporta, the rookie? Are you going to throw to old man Marvin Jones? Like, maybe, like, those might be some sneaky picks because that they're going to have to throw it to someone else at some point. But Amon-Ra St. Brown is just a target machine, and I believe he hit over this number on at least 9 games last year. He's super talented. They're going to find ways to get him the ball because they don't have anyone else to throw it to except for Gibbs. They do have Gibbs, and they can throw it to him out of the backfield. But as far as real targets down the field, he's the only option. So I think this is a pretty safe pick at -115. My last pick is I am giving you a same game parlay because Stafe is just taking the straight action. I think that's super smart if you want to keep it simple. I think if you want to get a little extra money and get this to +100 and still bet on the Chiefs, go ahead and take them at the money line. And then go ahead and take their team total over 27.5 points. You can get this at DraftKings at +100. So like Steve said, there has been now 5 years of Patrick Mahomes. All their team total in openers has gone over 30 every single time. If you go back a couple years before that with Alex Smith, so just with Andy Reid, it's continued to go over 30. And I think it's only going to continue to pump those numbers. Look, I love Eric Bieniemy. I don't think it changes anything. I think someone just gets plugged in and continues to run essentially Andy Reid's offense at this point. So, yeah, Stave, any comments or thoughts on any of that before we wrap things up?
I like both these plays because they can both hit, but they also work independently of one another. We know that in order for the Lions to kind of hang in the game, they're going to try to run the ball, and that means David Montgomery. But we also know they'll probably fall behind, and they will have to throw. And even if they're in the game, they're going to be throwing the ball. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is their man, and he's been the man since his freshman year in college. We were already talking about him because he put up over a 30% dominator rating. Dude's insane. He's always been insane. He is the truth, and Goff will be looking to him often. So yeah, I love those plays.
It's all he's got. It's all he's got. All right. It is time for us to do our show recap. Before we do that, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. We are now up on Apple Podcasts, which is super exciting news. You can find us also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your other podcasts as well. But I know a lot of people use Apple, so that's exciting news for us that we finally got up on Apple Podcasts this week. We got that approval. So that being said, Stafe, why don't you go ahead and give us your recap of your picks for this week?
Yeah, so my picks for Thursday, September 7th, I'm going to start off in UEFA qualifying. We're going to go France over 2.5 goals versus Ireland at plus 120. And we're going to go the team total under 2.5 goals in the Netherlands-Greece match, which is being played in the Netherlands. And then my final play in the NFL, we're going Chiefs minus 4.5, hosting the Lions at minus 110.
Perfect. And for myself, I am going with David Montgomery over 52.5 rushing yards at minus 125. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 catches at minus 115. And then I put together a sneaky parlay for you to get a little more value if you really like the Chiefs tomorrow, like we do, at Chiefs money line. And then you're going to add a Chiefs team total over of 27.5. That is it, everyone. Let's get football started. We will see you tomorrow and have so many picks for you this weekend. We are stoked about it.